Alright, once again I'm back in my sketchbook, and I want you guys to sketch with me. So I'm going to do this caricature of 50 Cent, right? So what stands out to me is I would say the space from the brim of his hat to where his eyes are, because you don't really see his eyebrows. Like, you see them but not really, so it's like to me it's a good amount of space between the brim of his hat to where his eyes start. And I think I want his nose. No, not his nose. I think I want his mouth, his teeth. I want his teeth to stand out. So I'm gonna start with his eyes, right? And they're kind of slanted down. Okay. And I don't want to make them too big. His eyes don't look that big. Right? So we're going to give him fairly small eyes. Okay. And what I'm going to do is his brow, well, you have this space right here in between his eyes, right? Which is kind of protrudes out, right? And well, let's get the other eye before we move on to anything else, right? Gotta get both the eyes. We don't want them looking like Cyclops. Okay. I think we got his eyes. Right? Gotta nail the eyes for likeness. So we got both the eyes, and we're gonna put them pretty close together in comparison to his face, because I would say he has a pretty wide face, like a block, square type shaped face. So we can make the side of his head kind of start right here, right? And his nose is not, it's not a really long bridge to his nose, but it's kind of wide, right? So I'm gonna give him a pretty wide nose. I'm gonna push his nose up, right? Push his nose up, and I think I want to give him a decent amount of space between his nose and his top lip. Not too much, but just enough to get that stash in there. because we're gonna make the emphasis be on his teeth, and they kind of shoot out this way. They don't go down. They kind of like go out this way, right? So let's make his mouth. Well, you know what? Let me do the line for the middle tooth. The line between the first two teeth in the front. Get them gums. Two front teeth here, one here, and then one here, and then there's a space. There we go. And then we're gonna put like these curves to his lip as if like his teeth are pressing into his bottom lip. Okay. Okay. And let's see. So let's go over here to the side of his face. So again, it has like a square shape to it. So we're gonna bring it out here and then bring it in like that. Okay. And then he has the smile line right here that's pretty prominent. All right. And then he has another one that's pretty prominent. I think if we can nail the likeness without the mustache, then I think we're in good shape, right? And he has his collar right here. That's the line for the collar of his shirt. Bring this line down. Kind of give him that space between his eyes and underneath the brim of his hat. Okay. I'm not going to make his hat too big because that's not the focal point of the caricature. So we'll just give him a regular size hat. Maybe even a little bit smaller, just to make the squareness of his head stand out a little bit. Okay. Let's give him an ear. His ear. go. I like it. I like it so far. Now let's give him his mustache. His mustache kind of comes down like this. And bring it up like this. And then he has like this kind of like a gap in between his mustache, or space. Get that goatee. Cut that down. And then I think we got him. It's like a chubby version of him, which he did gain a little bit of weight, right? So, okay. I don't know where that fly came from. It came out of nowhere. You would come right in the middle of me trying to record, right? Trying to hate on my video. It's funny because it kind of looks like his son. Mark, I think his name is Marquise. But, well, his son, I guess, looks like him. But, I think it looks like him. Not too bad. Ain't much I can really change because it's in pen. but I think I got the likeness down for the most part. Excuse me. I think I got it. It's 50. Give him a little bit of a shadow of eyebrows. He doesn't really his eyebrows don't really show too much. Or maybe it's the shadow, I don't know, but I don't really see his eyebrows. So we're just gonna give him a little indication of some eyebrows. And got the shadow. All this is shadow because of the brim of the hat is casting a shadow over his eyes. So all this is darker. So it's just a matter of building up the line work. That's all. Alright. Oh, this is shadow. I don't know if 50 would like this. He probably wouldn't like it. But then again, maybe he would. Because he's a bit of a troll anyway, so you should be, if you dish it out, you should be able to take it, right? You should be. But that don't always be the case. You know, a lot of times bullies can't take what they dish out. But I don't think he would really care. I mean, he's 50 Cent. Like, why would you care about a drawing, a caricature drawing of yourself, right? There's all types of stuff out there. Making fun of celebrities. Here's a little highlight on his nose. Hook him up with that. A little highlight. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I wanted to get a little bit of rendering in there. And put a little bit on here around his lip. Like that. Let's give his top lip a little bit of shading. Because the top lip usually has a shadow on it. All right. And let's get this bottom one. Doesn't have much shading on it, but actually has a little bit of highlight on it. But we're gonna give it a little bit. Just a little bit. Yep. Like that. And a little bit of shading on his neck for the shadow. No. And a little bit for the ear over here. Yes, sir. Get that over here. Yep. And get some of the brim of the hat. I like it, I like it. A little bit of shading under here. And I'm debating, do I want to put the Yankees logo on the hat? I don't know. I guess it is kind of a signature. When he does wear a hat, he usually does wear a New York fitted, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do it? I want to color in the hat, or give the hat a little shading, but yeah, why not? I'll go for it. New York Yankees. Get them Yankees in there. There we go. It's good enough. I like it, I like it. There we go. And there's a little bit of hitting over here on this side of the hat. So we're gonna leave this part light, and it kind of gradually darkens over here. And there's a little bit of highlight on top of the hat. Yeah. I think we got them, folks. I think we got them. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Yeah. We gonna party like it's your birthday. Get that. I like it. I might even throw this on the iPad and paint it on the iPad, maybe. And maybe I'll do a video for that one as well. I don't know. But I think that's pretty much it. And I'm glad you guys stayed around and watched the whole thing. And watched me sketch Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent. And it was fun. And let's see, this part of the shirt, yeah. And I think that's it. All right. This could be probably a little bit darker up here. If we wanted to darken this up, you know, give him a little bit more eyebrows. But for the most part, I think we're good. Yep. I think we got him, folks. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.